Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, and in the name, Yahushai, being the name and only begotten Son. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone in Arizona Camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. And I'm going to get into this, video bros put up, because really what this woman is talking about is she sees, based on pattern of events, that Jacob's trouble is on the horizon. And really the way she's talking, how she's trying not to say too much and everything like that, she might know somebody with some inside information, or she might be somebody privy to the actual inside information. So let's get into this. Lord will it be edifying. Shalom.
Americans and other citizens living in the US, please pay attention. I'm European. I'm from Portugal. I'm a lawyer and I've studied law. I've studied international law and the events that created several international laws. So those events, how you can imagine, they are wars, invasions, genocides. You need to pay attention and act immediately. If you are an immigrant, even if you are legal immigrant, you need to leave immediately, because you are going to be the next. If you are trans, I guess you already understand what is happening. You need to leave immediately. Also, if you are gay, you need to leave immediately. People of any color besides white are going to be in danger. So, if you have the ability to leave, do it. Especially if you have children, leave. The others need to stay and need to protest, to resist. This is going to be very ugly. And I really would like this video, this message, will go to cross the Atlantic and to you guys. Please share as many times you can. I'm not going to go on details. I'm just saying, if you are one of these people, leave immediately.
Shalom. So y'all hear the ladies putting out the warning, and she's saying it in such a way where if it's just her going through historical evidence to detail exactly why it's going to be that bad, she could have easily just brought out that historical evidence and just left it at that. But if actually she's saying it so cryptically like this, not really going into full detail, leads me to believe she's in those circles where she knows something drastic is going to happen. But at the end of the day, the main ones that are going to be getting catching the hell as a result of this are the tribes, right? She talked about if you're an immigrant, whether or not you have legal status. When she's talking about immigrant with legal status, she's not talking about Moabites. She's not talking about Edomites from Europe or whatever, them South Afrikaners, right? She's not talking about any of these nations that are under the tribe. She's talking about the so-called Latinos, right? Then anybody who's not so-called white, she's really just talking about Judah. Those are the ones who's really going to be affected by what's about to come down, because Revelation 12 and 12, and we get the sentiment from the scriptures. We didn't need the woman to give no warning. We got the warning from the Heavenly Father himself and through his Son. It says, therefore, Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And she talked about how certain events shaped international law, and she sees those same events coming around to where it's shaping again. Well, the way this devil is going to come down with that wrath, right, is through the dragon, through the lamb that spake. This is Revelation 13 and 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast come out of the come out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb." Those two horns are your two, political structures. You have your Democrat back in the Roman Empire. You have the publicans and the patricians, and this time you have the the plebeians and the patricians, and this time you have the Republicans and the Democrats. Those two horns like a lamb, right? And spake as a dragon, meaning those draconian laws, that strict, harsh judgment, and that's what she's warning of. Right? This is why she was talking about if you have kids, you need, especially if you have kids, you got to leave now, because what? They're breaking up family structures. These kids might never even get to see their parents again. Right? They might deport the kids with the parents, but then the kids don't even get to stick with the parents. They showed you that some years back when they were housing those, the northern kingdom's children, the so-called Latinos, in them little concentration camps and big ass pens with the kids fitting for themselves and no parents around. They showed you this. Right? And this is about to be the same oppressive system that's about to come down now, because remember, he this devil in his mind, right? And that old Edomite way is coming back to where this is the mindset. It's in all these Edomites. This is Ezekiel 35 and in 10 it says, "Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine," talking about the northern and the southern kingdom, "and we shall possess it, whereas Yahweh was there." This is their mindset. That old Edomite way where they think that Jake is given to them to possess is rising back up. That's why you got more of these Edomites thinking things is sweet and coming at Jake and getting their heads knocked off. And then you got Jake simple enough to sit here and in their simplicity stoke the fire, thinking that these Edomites ain't got their weapons with them. They about to start using them. It says, "Therefore, as I live, say Yahweh power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee." So when the Lord puts this devil down, we're going to see that the Lord was always for us. We know now, man, but it's going to be perfected. It's going to be a beautiful day that the Lord stands up for the children of his people. It says, "And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume." And this is these Edomites' mindset. So in this time, like the scriptures say, he cast off all pity. And that's what she's telling you cryptically, that Esau's about to come down in a fashion where he's going to cast away all pity. It's not going to be no games, no playing, no BS. He ain't going to be worried about no damn social media, you outing them. They already showed that now with that little Edomite bitch that sat there and called the little Jake kid a nigga, right? She got $1 million out of that. Esau came and rallied around her. They didn't care if she was wrong. They just cared that she was white, right? So-called white, because there ain't nothing about these Edomites white. White represents purity. Ain't nothing pure or righteous about these devils, man. It's Isaiah 13. In 13 it says, "Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh, in the wrath of Yahweh hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chase roll, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and every one into his own, and flee everyone into his own land. And that's what she was advocating for. Why would she advocate for everybody to dip? Because she knows that what's coming on the earth is about to be drastic for the tribes. This is yeah, here is Ezekiel 7 and I started 4. It says, "In mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity." And that's what you tribes got to understand. This is the time where the Lord's going to address the rebellious of our people. He's not going to withdraw himself anymore. Jake has had a lot of warning, man. Jake has had a lot of warning, and instead of, even attempting to self-reflect, they double down. It says, "But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh." Right? You're going to know who the Lord is. "Thus say Yahweh, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come." Right? This is what's coming down the line, man. It's only going to be evil time. The scriptures talk about only judgment's going to remain. Right? Because Jeremiah 30, despite what Bishop Nathaniel said when, he was sitting down with that Benjamite some years back, saying there ain't no going to be, Jacob's trouble already came. There ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble. And he had to pull out the scriptures on him. Well, this is the time we coming into. It's about to be hellish. This is in Jeremiah 30:7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." Right? None is going to be like this. You know what? I got to start at 5. It says, "For thus say Yahweh, we have heard the voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace." And that's what she was messaging. A voice of trembling, fear, and not of peace. It wasn't a good outlook. That wasn't the sentiment of the message. "Ask ye now and see whether a man did travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." And I saw a video today where a dude was giving his wife her last kiss goodbye before ICE was removing her. Right? Kids sitting there, they don't know what they're about to do. They ain't got no way to get the wife back, because once they deport you in that fashion, they cancel out any ability to actually come back. So now the family got to learn and figure out a way to go there, wherever she going to be, so they can be all together again. You Edomites are demons, bro. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So we're coming to the time to where this coming persecution is going to outshine everything that's ever been done. Everything that's ever been done. This is a very dark warning of things that were prophesied to come, man. But the elect shall be saved out of it. Shalom.